Okay, guys, welcome back. This is Andrew Hondo doing a follow up on the AMD card that I bought about a week ago. It is the AMD RX 560 from KAER. um, I've been getting a few comments on that last video. A few people were saying that this was not a legit card when they bought one, and blah blah blah. It was a scam. Sorry, I hate to burst your bubble. I ran this in several benchmarkers on Heaven, and every time I did, it comes back RX 560s based on the Polaris architecture. And it's like 1150 megahertz clock speed, and I think it's a 1142 clock speed, um, megahertz, and for one thing I did do, and I'm just doing this for this video real quick, is on the back of the card is the product number, which is GPVHOSO RX560. I looked up that product code there, guys, and when I did look it up, so you guys can see right here, this is the product code. As you can see, is the diagram of the RX 560 here. As you can see, file name, everything, and it comes up as a legit RX 560, 4GB with BIOS. You're going to scroll down here. Right here, there you go. There's the BIOS right here. It's the same BIOS that give the same diagram from the BIOS from Amazon as well. Like I said, 1150 megahertz, 1500 megahertz, GDDR5 card, manufactured GPVHOSO. So this is a legit graphics card from China. Somebody left a comment and said this is not a legit card. I hate to burst your bubble, dude. This is a legit, maybe a lower end OC model. It's not the external power, like 8-pin power connector RX 560 that you see from Asus or Gigabyte, but this is the OC model. OC means like low power models. Usually the GTX 1050 Ti's that are low power models will have the same proprietary power type of setup. So there you guys go. It's a legit RX 560 from KAER. And Tech Power Up will tell you the truth on any of these graphics cards if you need to know about them. Just a follow-up video on this card. Okay, welcome back for the second part of the video, second half of the video, just to show you some benchmarking from the AMD software package outer line from AMD, guys. So what you saw in the first part of the video was me looking up the card on a legit resource site that once you put in a model number of a graphics card or even a computer, it will bring up the model, the make, what type of RAM it has, what type of CPU, blah blah, etc., etc. As you've seen, I proved to you that it was a legit RX 560. Now we're going to go over some of the benchmarking on some of the games I've been playing so far. Besides Dota, for some reason Dota didn't quite catch on. I didn't play with that yesterday, but I did play a little bit of CSGO yesterday, a couple of casual matches, and we played some Gundam Evolution, and I did another benchmarking on 1080p, and we did get some 61 frames per second as highs and minimals as 27 lows on the FPS. Highs on Gundam Evolution from Unreal Engine from Steam was 47 on the high. It was 47.8 on the high and 37 on lows. Dota, I've still yet to insert it in here and try it out. But on Counter-Strike Global, which is CS:GO, we got a high FPS of 108 with the i7. I got in here, which is the 4th gen Haswell i7. But you know, even the Heaven benchmark was about 62. Counter-Strike is about 108.8 on the highs and 17 as minimal. And it didn't really push the temperature of the GPU up at all, hardly. I mean, it just sipped power from the proprietary motherboard, PCI times 16 slot. It's an older gen, so it's a 2.0. It's not a 3.0. So this is designed for the 3.0, but this is a legit card. We're gonna go to settings to show you the reason why it doesn't have. I can't enable the FreeSync in this. Let's see her display. You go to display and you could mess with your settings and stuff like that. You can HDMI scaling. You can HDMI link assurance, scaling mode, GPU scaling. But as you can see here, I cannot enable FreeSync in order to record anything on this. I cannot record gameplay from the FreeSync. Now, I've seen a few backdoors that a few guys on here have done with some of these RX 580 cards that were having issues using the FreeSync on there on older computers to record gameplay. I seen one guy do a video on RX 570 or for RX 580, and he installed older AMD 2019 drivers on his AMD card. And it worked just fine. He started recording FreeSync, but he had to disable the more modern outer line updated drivers, which is 2.3 something like that, 0.3. We'll go to home and I'll show you right here. This is the current version we're using is 2.23.410 41 last updated. So it's the newer version, so I may have to delete this in order to record the video gameplay. See, I can't, it's not letting me record. Maybe it's the older computer, I'm not sure, but I'm sure there's a workaround it if you got an issue with the updated drivers. Now we're gonna go to Google, and we're gonna do a little bit of video watching from YouTube and see how it web browses. I promised you I'd do some web browsing with it in the last video, just to show you this is a legit RX 560. I did uninstall the GT 1030 drivers I had on it before. I think that was what was giving me the black screen issues. I've not really gotten them so far yet, since I've restarted my computer. As you can see, we're playing up to 1080p, which most of my videos are in 1080p, 30 frames per second. Anyways, and it just works just flawlessly. It had no issue whatsoever with watching 1080p videos. As you can see, no problem watching 1080p videos on YouTube with this thing. This 4 gigabyte OC version of the RX 560. It'll run just like a RX 550. I mean, really no difference. They're both Polaris architecture. Vulcan or Polaris, I don't know which one you want to pick. That too, this will also play in 4K just fine. We'll just back out of here and go straight to a 4K video, because I don't want to get for the song or the music or anything like that. But I'm just going to show you guys this RX 560 can play up to 4K. It is in 1080p right now. 14p by 60 is a little bit less. It's in HD. Now we're going to put it in 4K, and it might take a second or two to pop up, but it should pop up and play 4K videos. There you guys go, 4K videos, and it will play on my end. It looks beautiful. I mean, I got a 4K HP computer display monitor, and it is beautiful. You may not be able to see it on your end. You're probably seeing this in 1080p maybe. It should be too pixelated, but you know, I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of web browsing with it. You know, with some of the I mean, I'm not gonna play the music, but I'm just gonna show you it's beautiful. I mean, on my end it's beautiful because I got a 4K monitor, and it works just fine. It doesn't stutter as much. It kind of stutters a little bit. You're probably better off just using it for 1080p, honestly. But it will play 4K videos, no problem. I've had this system running. See, it's giving me the pinwheel, so it does kind of stutter in some of the 4K videos. It's not all the time, but it does work in 4K. I can get it to play 4K, no problem. It's just starting out on 4K. It does work, so okay, we're in this here, and you know, push pause, and just to show you guys, that was some 4K video action for you guys. We got some FPS from a couple games. We still got to play it in Dota 2, and I'm just basically playing free games on this right now for you know, shits and giggles, and you know, just to show you guys that it does work fairly well. It hasn't been giving me the black screen of death like it was when I first installed the card into my Dell Optiplex 7020 4th gen Haswell computer. It works just fine, and it sips power. I think it's like 35 to 45 watts off the motherboard. I think the Dell Optiplexes can really only push about 50 watts off the motherboard. With a smaller power supply, with the 290 power supply, you should be able to put this RX 560 in a standard Dell with a 290 watt power supply, no problem. If you don't like that power supply, like again, I got videos on my channel how to replace the power supply on a Dell Optiplex 7020, 3020, and a 9020. Hope y'all like this video. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe, and make sure you hit that bell on the icon underneath my icon on my channel page so you can get future uploads from me. This has been your old pal Hondo from Hillbilly Tactical. You put God first, he puts you first every time, and you know what else, YouTube? God loves you, so does Hondo. I will leave where you guys can find this GPU in the link in the description. The description is down underneath this video. You hit the little 3 dots. It'll open it up for more, and then you guys can go and get this. This is a legit RX 560. For those people who are saying that it's not, it is. Sorry. But y'all take it easy. It's been your old pal Hondo. Bye-bye.